Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be talking about one of the most important features on pretty much any marketplace, which is the search field. I'll start by showing a couple of examples and then I'll jump into the code on Nordic Mugs and try and optimize the search field on that marketplace. So let's do it. Okay, so let's start by looking at Amazon. We all know Amazon. It looks like this. So the search bar is up here, of course, right? And when I click on it, you can see that the only change is that there's this background color change. That's it right now. And remember, I'm not logged in, so that is probably why. But anyway, so I'm not logged in, and let me try and put something in here, right? So let me write Moomin, and I do a search. I go back to the front page, and let's see what happens now. It shows me the most recent search, which was Moomin. Okay, so that's already pretty good, I would say. And this must be stored in local storage because I'm not logged in, right? Cool, let's go to Etsy then. Here I am logged in. And you can see when I click up here, nothing actually happens. Not even a background change. There's this animation up here. That's the only thing. That's how they chose to do it, but they don't show me any of my latest searches. But you can see down here though, like this is personalized for me, right? So you can see that because I viewed or I searched for Moomin, like this whole area here is about Moomin Mugs, right? And if I start typing something, of course there's suggestions, right? They don't show anything about my recent searches here. So that's how Etsy does it. Then the third example is this one, which is it's called Finn.no, and it's a Norwegian marketplace where you can basically buy lots of different stuff, right? So let's see what happens when I click here. And by the way, I'm logged in right now, right? So I click here and you can see already my last searches, right? So Patagonia, Rode, Røde, this microphone that I have right here, Steel Series, Mumi, Lavalier, Sony CV1, and then there's also like this field down here, which is actually kind of cool. So what is popular on Finn right now, it says, and then I can click on any of these ones and then it takes me there. So that's quite interesting the way they do it. And I can also like remove my latest searches here, right? If I went here and searched for something, then I kind of didn't buy anything. I then come back and yeah, then I can quickly see what I was searching for before. And by the way, so here I'm logged in, right? So if you go back to Etsy, here we are in incognito. And right now, I guess nothing is stored in local storage. Yeah, there's nothing. So let's try and make a search. So I'm gonna write Moomin. I get the result. Go back now. Okay, nothing changes here. I'm not logged in. I click up here, nothing happens. If I look in local storage, you can see that they do save Moomin here, right? So right now they could be showing me my latest search when I click here, right? But they don't. But they are storing it though. That's interesting. And now let me just show you how I'm doing it right now on Nordic Mugs. You click on it, nothing happens. But I can search on the number of mugs. All mugs here, they have a number. So these are the numbers. And you can see for number 3 here, there's one for sale. Okay, so that means like if I put in number 3 here, it's gonna show, okay, this one is there. This one is available and I can buy that for 1,050 euros, right? But I can also search for the name, of course, right? So if I put in Finn Air like this, there are different suggestions here, right? And okay, this one was sold. So you could argue that that one should maybe not be in the search field. And you can also search for a name. So if you want to look at my profile, you could put in Rasmus and you can see my profile here then. Okay, it could be better, right? Because why not also show the most recent searches when you click here? So let's try and do that. Okay, so let's jump into the code. So we have the search input. And if we go to the header, which is this one, we have a search component and that is being used down here. There's then a handle search. The handle search is basically calling the fetch search results. Fetch search result is basically just calling the backend, and then I'm receiving some data that is then being showed, right? But what we actually want to do is within this search component, we want to add a kind of a local storage check. So whenever you add like a query, we want to save that in local storage. And when you then click the first time afterwards, then it's going to show your recent queries, right? So let's say up to the last 3 queries, and you should also be able to remove them if you wanted to do that, right? So let's try and do that. Great, so I have been doing some coding, so let me show what it looks like. So right now when you click in the search field, you can see that it is showing the recent random search query that I made, which was Magnus, and that is great. If I click outside, it's removed, I click and I see it, right? So that's just what I wanted. And if I then open up local storage, you can see here that there's a recent queries key with the value of Magnus. So let's try and add one more, right? So if I put in here Rasmus, my name, and I do a search, you can see here that now there's Rasmus and Magnus in the local storage that is being saved. And when I then click here, you see Rasmus and Magnus, and if I then remove, let's remove Magnus, it is also being removed from local storage. So it is basically working as I wanted it to. And how did I do that? I'm basically saving the query before doing anything else. I'm saving the query in local storage. And up here, there's a use effect that basically when I click on the search field, it is showing up to 3 of the most recent saved queries. So that is basically the main idea, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, then please go ahead and subscribe and like this video. And if you're building your own marketplace, by the way, then you can go ahead and buy my boilerplate on speedbuildmarketplace.com. And always just reach out if you have any questions. See you guys. Bye.